Everyone, and my name's Kate. I'm from the Plunket Communications team, and I'm here with the lovely Jacquie from Plunket's post-natal adjustment program in Christchurch. She's our special guest today, and so we're going to be talking about maternal mental health, and we'll also talk about some dads as well in the third video. But just a bit of a layout. So we're having 3 videos this hour. The first one, talking about those first few weeks and kind of what's normal, what to expect, different stuff that's going on, and then the second video is all about anxiety, and then the third one will be depression, and if you are sort of a bit suspicious that somebody's not having a great time, what you can do to support them, and we'll also be talking about dads. So that is the road, the path we should be going down. Jacquie, hi, thanks so much for coming. Thank you for having a chat with us. It's welcome. You're so welcome. So those first few weeks, particularly for mum, a lot of changes. A lot of changes going on.
Yeah. We've got hormones happening. We've got, expectations of what we think that we should be as a mother, and what we think our partner should be as a father, or as the father or partner of the parenting the child, and just all those different dynamics that are happening, and how we think the birth went, compared to what other people thought, because that's a big thing. We do compare ourselves a lot to others. So yeah, there are big things happening.
And what sort of impact can that have on us?
It can have some great impacts that can be really beneficial, but there are some downsides to it too. We can be feeling the baby blues, which usually happens around the 2nd or 3rd day, usually when your milk comes in. And if you're choosing not to breastfeed, then you can be feeling down those days, just because of the different hormone flows.
I remember crying over Beyonce's song on the 3rd day. It was when Ed Sheeran's song and Beyonce, they had the remix came out, and I remember just sobbing. I said, "It's just so beautiful." And then it's the 3rd day. I see what's happened here. It was a very emotional response.
That's fantastic. And what I have done previously is I have told my husband, on this day I'm going to cry. I don't know why I'm going to cry, but I'm going to cry. And pretty much whatever you say to me, it's going to be wrong. Yeah. I'm not just appreciate
love. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was quite handy, and so that was handy for my next children. I was able to say, remember that time, and he's like, yeah.
So how many children have you got?
I've got 5 all up. Yeah. They didn't all come. No, they didn't all come at the same time. So
still glad.
Yeah. One at a time, and then you get used to it, and that's what you do. And this pretty much is what happens. Is like when you have a child, you get used to having a child, and you kind of get into your groove thing and kind of work it out, and then you think, got another one.
So what sort of things do you tell the ladies that you see around, or even just friends who are maybe going to be having a baby, what to kind of expect or prepare them a little bit around some of those big changes that start with the no sleep and the hormones just going for it?
Oh, well, it depends what kind of personality the person has.
People skills.
Yes,
you're in the right
because it depends. Because some people like to have lists of what to expect. Some people like to have the expectations. I kind of like the whole have an expectation, but be okay to change if something happens. And it just depended on what kind of personality you've got, whether you can do that or not. I think also I find giving people permission to say, hey, how you doing? And you've been able to answer honestly. So like if I was saying if you're my best friend, I'll be saying,
I'd love to.
Hey, this is how I'm thinking it's going to go. I need you to let me know if I'm behaving differently, or it's all a bit weird, or I've been unrealistic in my expectations, because we've got so many things, bombarding us at the moment, with the media and, trying to look gorgeous. I mean, we look gorgeous anyway, I think. We look gorgeous anyway. Yeah. Whatever we're doing. And I think that it's really important that we're honest. I think that, we need to get the sisterhood of honesty happening.
And we so have with Instagram too, because everyone looks so filtered and good on Instagram, and then when it's 2 a.m. and you're covered in vomit, you're like, mother doesn't look like this on the gram. What's going on?
But you know what? If it does look good and gorgeous, that's fantastic, and really fantastic that you're out there and being honest about it. But if it's not good and fantastic, then to be honest about that too. I think that we just need to be honest about how things are.
those, you mentioned before unmet expectations, because I know that some of my friends where they've had, this is my birth plan, and then the baby, it's not gone by the plan, and it's been quite negatively impacting women. Like, how do you deal with that?
Well, with unmet expectations, I think you need to be able to have someone to speak to.
Yeah.
And I think that is the key, is be able to say, you know, what's happening, why is this happening, what were you thinking was going to happen, and is this realistic?
Yeah.
And, you know, would you expect this of your best friend? You know,
Nice.
And I think that's what we've got to remember and to think of ourselves as our best friend. Would you, you know, if you thought that your birth was going to be perfect and you no stitches and you just wake up and baby's just lying.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, baby's lying there.
Yeah.
You know, and when that didn't happen, you know, and you beat yourself up about that, you know, if that was you, would you be, if you were my best friend, would I expect you to be okay with that?
Yeah.
You know?
It's such a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, you've got to be kind to yourself. I think we all need to be kind to ourselves.
Awesome job. And so sleep, another one that I feel like sleep and hormones together is not a fun time.
Yeah, it's not a good combination.
Yeah.
It's not a good combination, and sleep is really important.
Yeah.
It's really important for our mind and for our functioning, but also not ruminating on it too, because like again, it's about the expectations.
Yeah.
If we go into parenthood thinking, you know, we're going to sleep when baby sleeps, then goody, that's cool, but it might not be a realistic expectation, especially if you don't have that support system around you. I mean, I think that if you've got a large whānau that can help you and be there, and that's what you've kind of organised with your family, and that's what your expectations are, that everyone's going to be helping out with the sleep until you can sleep, then go sleep and sleep when that baby sleeps. But if you're at home and it's just you and baby, then you know, baby might not go off to sleep, or you might have other things that you feel you need to do. And so getting sleep is very important. And if you know that you need a lot of sleep to be a nice functional person, then I suggest you try your hardest to get that sleep, and you know, find that environment that you are able to get that sleep too.
Nice. I had that on the weekend actually, where I had to like have a nap until I was nice again.
Yeah.
So I was like, you did not sleep well last night.
Well, the hideous thing I remember with one of my kiddies, my husband said to me, "Go and have a sleep," and I was like, "Okay, cool. I've got like 2 hours, you know, until I have to feed again." And I went into bed, and I was just so wanting to sleep that I laid there, and I was like, oh my gosh, oh no, it's an hour and 50 minutes, oh no. And you know, oh my gosh, like it's only an hour. And so I got myself so overtired and so worked up that I came out after 2 hours and I looked shocking. And my husband like, oh good, you look like you had a great sleep. I said, oh, I haven't slept. You know, and you can get yourself worked up about, you know, sleep. So, and again, it's the whole expectation. If you think you need sleep, you'll want sleep. But if you're kind of like, okay, well, this baby's awake and I'm just going to spend some time with this baby, and maybe change it around and kind of think, what does this baby need? What can I do to be with this baby? And it makes you feel like you can survive because you're doing something with the baby. But sleep's important.
Cool. I think that'll be us for our first video. So we'll be back in, it's 20 past. And look off screen. My wonderful producer Anne, she nods. So we'll be back at 20 past. If you do have any questions at all about anything mental health wise, feel free to type them in the comment section, or you can DM us as well. I understand you might not want to talk about this stuff in front of everyone. That's totally fine. So send us your questions and we'll answer those in our breaks. And otherwise, we'll be back at 20 past to talk about